Okie dokie. Now, we are still in GetText tools. Made our libraries. That's all done. No problems. That's where we come to. And we're going to clear the screen. Okie dokie. Copy source. MSG FMT. Copy that to tools. Bin. Okay. That's all for GetText tools. Come back up. That is going up 2 directories, and that's what we want to do. Okay. So remove GetText tools or GetText, which deletes everything. Okay. So our XVF grep. Grep. I know what grep is. Grep, you know, you searching for searches through files for whatever you want it to search for. So we're going to configure that now. We're going to say prefix equals tools, and we're going to say disable Perl regex. Is that it? Something's not right. P. There we go. Regular expression. Okay. Now you can read about that. We are on page 76. So let that do its thing for a little bit, and then we had to make install grep afterwards. And that's what grep's all about right there. So if you get an OS and don't have grep on it, which I don't know why you would have grep on it, but that's how you would. I don't know if that's how you would exactly install grep, but that's a start to installing grep. Okay, and it's pretty cool. So go back up, and we're going to remove that directory now. XVF, we'll say we got to untar gzip, and the same thing again, configure prefix equals tools, enter. Gzip, just like a zip file, zip extractor, compressing, decompressing, all that good stuff. Okay. Make install. Now we can unzip folders and files and all that because we have the resources already on our live CD. So that's how we're still able, even though we don't have even though we're installing this stuff, you know, we can still use it because we're using the resources from that live CD. Okay, onto this partition. Hope you follow that. And I'm going to tar out again and say tar M4. M4 contains a macro processor. I don't know what a macro processor is all the way, so I won't really talk about it. I'm going to say prefix equals tools. Get that right there. And you can read more about M4 later on, or now, if you want. It doesn't matter. But that's up to you. Make install. But all the goodies. Like I said, there are times when it's kind of repetitious. Don't doubt it for a second, you know. It is repetitious at times. But, you know, don't fall asleep on it and start configuring everything to where it shouldn't be configured or anything like that, because it'll change. It's just a slew of files now that are pretty much back to back. Maybe it's like eight files that you have to extract. That pretty much everything's being configured with your prefixes, tools, and make, install, something like that. You know, they're kind of like about 8 of them. That's almost the same, you know. And you can kind of, sometimes I guess you can kind of lose track of where you're at, because you're only typing in 3 different commands at any time for these 8 files. But there's probably more than I didn't count them, but you know, it can get a little bit mundane. But it's okay, because you're on your way. Patch 254. I'm gonna cd into patch. Oh, see that? Mess that up. I want to say, what did I do? 254. Okay. cd into patch. I don't know. Let's see. This is grep. I could say list grep patch. I'll call patch 2.5. There is no grep patch 2.5. Grep patch. And a new list. Let's say ls grep patch. This is all the ones with patch in it. I'm gonna say grep patch 2.54 or 2.5. See that? Grep 2. Alright. Let's see where. What happened? Let's see what happened. If you go back up to your arrow keys, you can go back to your bash history and check out the commands that you typed in. That's what I'm going to do right now. And look at that. I'm glad this happened. I removed patch 254. I removed the tar file. Okay. Now, that's not a problem. Oh. It's not a problem. I've done it before, and I'll show you how to fix that. And I've done it before, so you can pretty much be assured that, you know, if you do it, it's okay. Don't worry about it. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go back in. I'm going to say, open up a new terminal now. This is my Ubuntu machine, okay? So basically what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go in as, I'm going to go back into my, my LFS machine. I'm trying to explain this, sorry geeks, I'm trying to explain this for somebody who doesn't know SSH. I'm going to SSH in twice to my computer. You don't have to do this if you didn't, you know, remove your grep or patch file, but I removed patch, so, and I need patch. So, I'm going to say sudo su password. Okay. 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 Basically, I'm already SSH'd in once into my LFS machine. I'm going to do it again so I can go in as a root user. Okay. Root at 192.168.1.101. Do I remember the password? I don't know. Maybe that was it. I don't know if that was it. Yep, that was it. Okay. The reason why I had to SSH back in, because from, let me minimize this. Okay. From where we were building everything at, I'm gonna say clear. It's you cannot go above or you can go above, but you don't have any permissions to copy anything from the live CD. Okay, all your packages should have already been copied. Okay, so anything back up in the live CD, you don't have permissions to copy or alter any of those files. Well, since I deleted patch 2.54, I need to get patch back, and the only way to get patch back is to go back into the live CD here, make it bigger so you can see it. Not that you guys are blind. By the time you get done doing this Linux from scratch, you're gonna have a stick figure because it takes a long time. Alright, if you see LFS sources right here, that's where all your sources are. Now I moved all the sources, so that's fine, but I also deleted patch. So patch is no longer inside of our LFS system, which is mounted in here. Okay, so I basically had to go back into LFS sources. I'll say cd LFS sources, and I'm gonna say ls grep patch 2.5, and that's the GZ file I need to get and take it back over to my mounted LFS system. Okay, it's a little detour, but if this happens to you, you can use this, you know, so it's good for you. It's good to at least know how to do it. So you say clear, and I am going to copy verbose patch 2.5.4 tar-gz. I cannot use the LFS variable. It's not set. Okay, I didn't set it through this terminal. I set it in the other one, but I'm effectively somebody else now. Even though I'm in the same machine, I'm on a different console, or not different console, different TTY, and the variables for this TTY is not the same. Okay, so if you know what I'm talking about, bear with me, because there are people out there who don't know what we're talking about, and that's how we got to where we are, because we actually listen to good stuff. So copy patch to, we're going to say mount LFS sources. That's what we're going to do. Okay, so now we're there. Now, even though we copied it over, I'm not sure if we have the permissions to do anything to it. I'm not sure if we do. We can check that out though. We can say ls mount LFS sources. That's all the files. We can say LSL. Actually, let me clear the screen. Say LSL, all these in here, and we can pipe that through grep, and we'll say grep out patch dash 2.5. We see patches there, and it's retained as root, and you know what? That's okay, because everything else is retained as root. So we just go with it. I think we'll be okay. So we're done there. So we'll exit out the second terminal. Okay, that's done, and we'll get back on track to where we were. Patch F11 is full screen on my computer, by the way, so if you want full screen on yours, that's what you can do. Okay, and we'll say tar xvf patch 2.5.4. okay, and we're going to say configure. After we go into it, 2.5.4, after we go into it, we're going to say configure prefix equals tools, and make install. Make install. Okay. It's going to go through its thing. Next, we're going to go pull up Perl, and the Perl package contains Perl, I guess, is a short for practical extraction or report language. We're gonna go and we're gonna build on some Perl inside of here, or not build some Perl. I don't think we'll do any Perl scripting, but we're going to configure Perl to be used on our LFS system. Okay. It's kind of good when malfunctions happen, you know. So if they happen to you, I'm glad that you see them happen to me, and how you know, you can get around those malfunctions, and it's not like you have to really shut down your computer or any of that stuff. You know, it's not like you have to give up on this, because I wanted to give up sometimes, but I had to keep coming back. But like I said, if you have nothing, if you have no real nothing real to go by besides reading, you don't even know if it's possible. And it is possible. So let's keep at it. We're gonna say data dumper. I'm gonna shrink that up a little bit so you can see more. F, C, and T, L. That's an L. That is an L. IO POSIX. Okay. That's doing that. And we'll get bigger. Maybe. Yeah, we go. Okay. That's cool. Sometimes too, I noticed I had a lot of when my resources were really low, my output would stop scrolling on the screen, and I had no idea why. If you're SSHing, you might have the same problem if you go full screen. So sometimes if you notice nothing's moving and you don't know why, on my side it's F11. Hit the F11 key a couple times. Okay. Maybe your you know, your display manager might have just, you know, stopped sending output. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I do know that by changing the size of the screen sometimes, that you'll notice that you really had output. It just, your display manager just stopped sending it, which can kind of lead to what the heck happened, and pretty soon you're shutting down your computer and you're starting from zero. You don't, you know, want to start from zero if you don't have to, because you kind of get the pointless feeling if you're up to page 200 or up to page 180, and all of a sudden you can't do anything else. It's kind of a pain in the butt, you know. So now that's extracted and configured, we're going to say make Perl utilities. Okay, and this will take like I said, this will take about 7 minutes, something like that. So with that in mind, I'm going to stop the video, and we'll pick it up on the next one. Let's see where the heck I'm at. Wow, these processors are getting bigger and bigger.